Welcome back to the Football Friday podcast presented by Football Fever. We've got kind of short one today, and as you've seen by the title, we're going to be discussing is time actually up for Ronaldo and Messi? It's going to be kind of continuing from a few episodes ago where we did the Mbappe versus Haaland. It's going to be me, Jacob, and Zach again, and we'll just get straight into it and congratulate Steven Gerrard's Rangers for winning the league after such a long time.
Yeah, it's a big win. I think obviously they've been by far the best team in the league. I think Celtic have been poor this season, but yeah, Rangers, fair play to them. They've been top, and see how far they can go into Europe now.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen the video of Gerrard celebrating in
Yeah.
the beer? And obviously, it's like with them winning the league, and it is in Gerrard's first managerial season winning the league. It's also like people do say like the Scottish League is easy, that's why Celtic always win it. But obviously, for Rangers to win it after such a long time, it's such a big achievement, and it's obviously like sparked some debates whether Gerrard will be joining a new team, possibly Liverpool, and the Rangers. The owner of Rangers, I think it was, said that Gerrard's going nowhere, which is obviously me being a Liverpool supporter, Transac. I do think he'll come eventually, but I'm kind of glad he won't be coming somewhat soon. Obviously, it's good for him to stay with Rangers, but like Jacob said, I'll ask you the questions about how far do you think they can go in Europe? We'll see.
I think the way that they've been playing, especially like unbeaten so far in the league, I think that they have a very good chance of reaching the semi-finals or the finals, since they have a strong team. Tavernier, I think, has been performing extremely well, and I think they can maybe go all the way and win it, but if not semi-finals or finals at least.
That's a bold claim. There's a lot of strong teams in the Europa League.
I mean, yeah, the team that they're playing tonight have just knocked out Leicester, so.
And it's at the time of recording this, you'll know this as we do record these on Thursday, but it's Man United against Milan, I think, tonight, which is a big game.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think Celtic will win it. I think it. Unfortunately, I think they're going to go out this round, but I think they're going to go out fighting, obviously. But I think the quality and well, I was going to say momentum after beating Leicester will help them, but Rangers also have a lot of momentum. So two teams on good form going into it, which is always good, and then we'll be able to see who comes out on top. But it definitely will be an interesting one. And then moving on from Europa League and Rangers, onto Champions League roundup. The match weeks for this one were Liverpool beat RB Leipzig 2-0, 4-0 in aggregate. Obviously, we all watched the game. I think it was Fabinho. Go through a few changes. Obviously, Phillips and Kabak started in the centre backs, and I think Phillips played extremely well. He's been getting a lot of praise recently. But I think the biggest thing that helped Liverpool the most was Fabinho coming back into CDM. Obviously, it allowed Thiago to have a bit more free roam. You know, like being able to go forward. Obviously, he's known for his bad tackles, you could say. So, Fabinho allows him to not have to worry about that. But how far do you think Liverpool will be able to go, boys? Like, obviously, there's a lot of tough teams in the Champions League. Like, you'd probably say on paper, Porto are the weakest team left. But they've just beat Juventus, which we'll talk about. So,
well, I think with Liverpool's quality, they can get to the final.
Yeah.
But depends, I suppose, like what the situation is and how much like momentum they are going into the future Champions League games.
Yeah. I mean, they've been completely different in the Champions League than they have the league this season. But hopefully they can go far. But what do you think, Zach?
It depends on the draw that we get, because if we get a team like Bayern Munich, we're absolutely going to get battered, because their attack is one of the best this season. And we'll have Phillips and Kabak, who are very, probably say, inexperienced. even though they have been playing against, well, Kabak has been playing against Robert Lewandowski for the past few seasons. But it's a tough one, really.
Yeah.
But I think Liverpool found the true Thiago in that win. Played extremely well. Same with Fabinho and Nat Phillips.
Yeah. Well, moving on from Liverpool, linked with Klopp. Well, has a link with Klopp. Oh, what am I on about? We'll do Borussia Dortmund next. But we've got PSG PSG against Barcelona, 1-1 on the night, 5-2 to PSG on aggregate, and let me see, Mbappe overpowering Messi, you could say. I mean, Messi did score a screamer, but then he also missed a penalty, and Mbappe did score the penalty, but I think PSG were just too much for Barcelona. Obviously, Barcelona are in a bit of a crisis on their own, to be honest. Not only with form, but with behind the scenes as well. But personally, I see PSG going all the way in the Champions League. I don't see why they can't if they've just beaten Barcelona 5-2 on aggregate. I mean,
they definitely got the squad, but I feel like the problem with PSG is the reason why they've not done well in the Champions League in the past is because they don't get challenged enough. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the mentality of the team won't be like as as big as the other opposite players because they've been playing against like
the Farmers
other
League.
big teams. Yeah. Where PSG have been playing against not the best teams, but that's what we'll have to see.
Yeah, I do agree. To be fair, I think the way PSG have been playing and the squad, they definitely are capable. But now on to actually Borussia Dortmund, 2-2 with Sevilla on the night again, 5-4 in our group, one of the most entertaining games. What are your thoughts, Zach? I mean, obviously Sevilla put up a fight, but I think Haaland and co were just too strong for them.
That is quite unlucky for Sevilla because Holland did miss a penalty. With that to get retaken because the keeper was off his line. I think Haaland celebrates in front of the keeper's face, but Dortmund has shown a good side to themselves, obviously into the quarterfinals. I feel like Dortmund can progress through, like win the first leg of the quarterfinals, but I don't think they'll make the semi-finals.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that's fair enough. Obviously, there's very good teams in the Champions League. I'd say Borussia Dortmund are probably one of the better ones. Well, especially if we're going off form. But Haaland and I definitely don't see them winning it. But I think they can definitely go quite far.
Yeah.
And then finally was Juventus 3, Porto 2. 4-4 in aggregate and Porto 21 away goals. And obviously, this was one of the most shocking games.
Yeah, I think it was.
It was a shocking kick as well.
Sorry?
It was a shocking free kick as well.
Oh,
the goal
yeah.
that wow.
I mean, I think obviously loads of people were expecting Juventus to win, but after the first leg, Porto really showed some promise and like looked quite good, to be fair. So then I suppose Juventus were kind of getting like a little bit nervous for the second leg, and they just didn't manage to get enough goals. It seemed like. But yeah, Porto went through on away goals.
But next topic is this is the first time that Messi and Ronaldo have been knocked out of the Champions League before the quarterfinals since 2004. Now that's 16, 17 years. What's your thoughts on that, Jacob?
I mean, obviously, when the last time that happened, they were very young, and now like they're both aging and getting to the late side of the career. But I don't know. Is Ronaldo and Messi's time up? Because I don't think another one of them are going to win Ballon d'Or again.
Yeah.
Messi, I would say, has more chance than Ronaldo. I'd say now, but that's only if he goes on a ridiculous run. But yeah. Ronaldo's Juventus crashed out of the tournament on Tuesday, as we know. But it was in extra time, so obviously, like we said, both out of the Champions League. It's hard, isn't it? Because they're both shown that they can still do it at their old age, but
Yeah.
I'm just not too sure.
Well, it's like we said before about Mbappe and Haaland overtaking them. But it is definitely a shock that they've both gone out. I mean, I wouldn't. Well, obviously Juventus were expected to go through, but Barcelona, I think people maybe not as easy as they made it PSG, but I think that people might have expected PSG to be the ones that go through, like based on form and stuff, like I said before. But it was definitely a surprise that they both been knocked out. But like you said, some of the stat like them being crashing out, and like we said, I wouldn't do like. I guess the debate is their time over? Like, are they no longer right now one of the greatest footballers? I think they definitely are one of the greatest. But I think if you're looking at market value and how much Barcelona and Juventus would sell them for, I think, well, I know Dortmund don't actually want that much for Haaland, which I'm surprised, but Mbappe, you're looking at maybe twice as much as Barcelona or Juventus would want for them. So I'm pretty sure if you asked people who they'd rather want, I think they might say Mbappe or Haaland, obviously because they're younger, and they're not actually that much of a skill difference, to be fair. Well, they are, but it's obviously potential playing a big factor. But a few stats is Messi's played 510 games for Barcelona in La Liga, 730 games in all competitions, and scored 634 goals, sorry, which is quite amazing. I mean, do you see Mbappe or Haaland beating that? Maybe getting it around that?
The thing is, with Haaland, early in his career, he's played in a couple of weak leagues, and Mbappe, his whole career, has played in the French league with at the time, the two top teams of the league.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they've definitely gone off with a good start and they're still young, but I mean, maybe they might be challenging themselves in their head, see if they can. But I suppose we'll see.
I do agree with what you said. Like Haaland's definitely had more of a challenging start. Obviously, they've been amazing, but in the Bundesliga, it's quite a lot harder, I'd say.
Yeah.
But like similar to Messi though, like Ronaldo scored 451 goals for Real Madrid, 92 goals for Juventus, and 118 goals for Man United. Now, obviously, like you think of like footballers, professional footballers in like maybe the lower leagues. I mean, Ronaldo's already got 92 goals for Juventus, and he's only been there 3 seasons.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I mean, obviously, it's like we keep saying, it's such a shock that they both went out of the Champions League before the quarterfinals since 2014. So what, 15 years, 16 years? But is their time over? It's weird. It's a weird question. Like,
I won't
on.
say the time's over, but I would say that it's kind of like, I think there's still like let's have a look at next season. I think both players will still be in the top top 5 players in the world.
Yeah.
But feel it's like more even. Like each year it's just getting more evenly spread. Like we saw Modric win Ballon d'Or a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, we'll just have to see.
Like, I think it's becoming like, obviously, like this generation's been players like Modric, Busquets, Kroos, Messi, Ronaldo, Lewandowski. Obviously, Lewandowski's playing amazing right now. I don't really class him like he's probably in his peak, but like
Yeah.
it's becoming more of a. It's the time for the next bunch of players to come through. Like you look at Mbappe, your Haaland, maybe the Saka, Curtis
Yeah.
Jones, players
And
along that like that. Obviously, it's their time to shine. So it obviously it does happen a lot in football. It's just how age goes. You know, you've always reached peak, and then you go past that. You start to get worse, and you eventually retire. But how long do you think Messi and Ronaldo have in them? Obviously, they won't want to stop playing football for quite a while, I assume. Do you think
Yeah.
they're going to managing as well, possibly?
I think Ronaldo might go into manage him,
Yeah.
or he might just like not do any of that because it's not like he needs any more money.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say they both definitely got enough money.
Yeah, but I do see, in my opinion, Ronaldo more likely to become a manager than Messi. I feel like I could see Messi becoming maybe like future, like like big hierarchy in like the Barcelona club
Yeah.
of like maybe not president of the Barcelona, but like really high basically. But yeah,
Well, to be
we'll have
fair,
to see.
what I could see is say like, well, what I definitely see, I'd probably say 90% chance of this is maybe like them both buying a club from like say Ronaldo from Portugal, like
Yeah,
and Messi Argentina. But I do agree with you. I do see Ronaldo more have a higher chance of managing a team. It's just not what I see Messi doing. But obviously it'd be so tough for them to give up football, you know, when they do retire. But I'd probably say they still at least have maybe how many good years to be at the top level? Maybe
2 or 3.
3, 4, I'd say.
yeah. Well, Ronaldo said in an interview, I think it was like 2 years ago, that he wants to play until he's 40.
Yeah.
And he's what, 36 now? 30, around about that.
Because obviously then you have to think how long will say Ronaldo stay at Juventus? I know Messi's linked moves away from Barcelona, but obviously if Messi does leave Barcelona, it's not like he's going to go to the Chinese league just settle for the money. He's like he's going to want to stay there. But do you think they will eventually go to say, somewhere like America or China, or do you think they'll stay at one of the top clubs in the world right down until retirement?
I do think that I think Ronaldo's going to move to a team, not sure, maybe PSG, and then go to America, in my opinion. So I think he'll be at another 2 clubs after Juventus.
Yeah. Do you think you might even go to Portugal again?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, Ibra over the last 5 years has been like, well, with Man U, he had 1.5 years, 2 years there. Then he kind of like he was moving around quite a bit.
Yeah.
So maybe one of them might do that.
I feel like Messi and Ronaldo will. Well, one of them will go to the David Beckham project at Inter Miami because he has said that he wants to bring them in. I think he'll try and bring in like loads of the best football stars and
Yeah.
Aging football stars.
Yeah.
It would be quite good to see them both play together. I mean, that's crazy to say, but
I don't think it would work though. Do you know like how like Lampard and Gerrard can't play with each other for England?
Yeah.
Like with each other for England. I just can't see this happening because like with Gerrard and Lampard, it weren't more like who's taking penalties or what. It was more like they just can't play like in the same formation.
Yeah.
But if they get a penalty, who's going to take it?
Well,
Because
yeah. I think it'd partially be like so say for example they did both go to Inter Miami. I think there'd be a bit more like selfishness between them to see who gets the more goals, obviously, because what they say is like obviously Ronaldo's done it in the more leagues, say Premier League, Serie A now, and La Liga, whereas Messi's just done it in La Liga. So say if they did both go to Inter Miami, I think there'd be a bit more selfishness to see who gets the more goals. Not saying they'd never pass or anything, but I do see that more happening, which is another reason. Obviously, I don't really see that happening. But here's a question: do you see? Obviously, I don't think it will. But could you see Mbappe and Haaland playing for the same team?
The only team I could see them both playing for is PSG. That's only if PSG could get absolutely ridiculous with money.
Yeah.
Because they probably do have it, but obviously with financial play and stuff.
Maybe if they
like,
sell Neymar,
yeah,
I could possibly see it. But obviously, it's very limited to what you can do with PSG.
And no one wants to see, obviously, other than PSG fans, Haaland and Mbappe both playing in the French league.
Yeah.
PSG. I mean, you'd rather see them play for one of the top 4 leagues.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, it'd definitely be interesting to see them play together, but I mean, I don't think it'd be as much like I said, selfishness between Messi and Ronaldo. Like, I think they would be able to play with each other, but I think the only way I would see it is if Mbappe maybe played on the left wing or something, unless teams play a 4-4-2. But yeah, well, the question, I guess, like we said before, if you could be offered one of Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, or Haaland, which would you take? Say you can only take one, and a reason why. Start with Jacob, and then Zach can answer.
Well, it's going to be. Wait, am I saying it as if they come to lead or just in general?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's either going to be Haaland or Mbappe because obviously a lot younger.
Yeah.
And if they do, obviously they might leave, but we're going to most likely make profit as well on it. With Ronaldo and Messi, going to sign them. Like, they might spend the rest of their career there, but 3 years?
Yeah, I agree.
But I prefer Haaland personally, but I can see why people would choose Mbappe over Haaland. But I suppose it all depends of what kind of way each team plays, really.
Yeah. What about you, Zach?
Well, I think it's definitely going to be one of Haaland or Mbappe. I feel like they're younger, have loads of talent to go with, and I feel like Mbappe would more suit us. It's like making the runs, and Bobby can stay back and let Mbappe, Mane, and Salah make the runs. But Haaland is just a finishing monster. But I think I would go with Kylian and. Oh, it's a hard one, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it depends what sort of manager you are, what sort of style of play you play. I do think, I mean, it's so hard to think of Liverpool. Say, if Klopp was offered one, you can either get someone probably more versatile, more Liverpool style of play, or you can get more of a finisher like Haaland. It is such a tough question, but from neutral, Jacob, do you think Mbappe or Haaland would fit Liverpool more? Obviously, it's such a hard question.
I mean, with Mbappe, it would be obviously they're more similar. Mbappe is more similar to Salah and Mane than Haaland is. But I think if you put Haaland in the team, then you've got kind of a whole new different kind of player in that front four basically. What could help, but I really don't know because they're both rapid. But
I think personally Klopp would probably go for Mbappe just because of the versatility. Like, say you look at Jota, he came in, he's played striker, left wing, right wing. Salah's play through the middle, left, right. Mane, he doesn't really play through the middle that much, but he does, and obviously he can play left and right. So I think that'd play a big part because you've never really seen Haaland play on the wings that often.
Yeah.
But obviously he is a goal machine, like Zach said. But yeah, it definitely is one of the biggest questions. But quickly before we end it, going back to Messi and Ronaldo, obviously, I don't think that the time's over. It is a massive shock that they've both gone out of the Champions League. Obviously, Messi's future is in doubt. I think Ronaldo's going to stay at Juventus. But obviously, World Club. Do you think they have enough time to win one major trophy, like Champions League, World Cup? Do you
I don't see Argentina winning the World Cup personally.
Yeah.
I don't see Barcelona winning the Champions League either. So I don't think, unless Messi moves to a different team, I don't think at Barcelona he's got a chance to either win any of them two.
Yeah.
But with Ronaldo, Portugal's team, I was looking at the squad right now, and oh my, their team is starting to look quite nice.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of them will if they both stay at the clubs that they are. But I do think Ronaldo has more chance with Juventus and Portugal.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
Fully agree.
But Ronaldo said that he stated that this is his last World Cup, the one in 2022. So if he is going to win an international trophy, it's going to have to be now. And Messi probably is going to be his last World Cup as well, because in the 2028 one he'll be 39. So I feel like they really need to make a show of themselves in this World Cup that's coming up.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, there'll be a lot of talks about them. The last World Cup, what can they do? They'll both want to play one of the best World Cups they've had, as it's their last. They're very emotional for those two, but obviously, it's not exactly we're getting. Not like, exactly like we're losing anything, because obviously Ronaldo and Messi, two of the best footballers ever. But then you look to the future, Mbappe and Haaland, pretty much a straight swap. Coming in for them. But yeah, obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, maybe even comment below of who do you rather have, Mbappe, Haaland, Messi, Ronaldo, and answer obviously the question: will they win one major trophy before they retire? But other than that, thanks for watching or listening rather. Go and check out the previous podcasts if you want to, and we'll see you next Friday at 5 p.m. for the next podcast. See you later.
See ya.